Hello, my name is Rossella and today I'm going to do the practice exam paper included in this book. You can find me on Facebook, Theory Virtuoso, and Instagram, Theory Virtuoso. You can also visit my website, theoryvirtuoso.com. The link is in the description below, where you can see all the videos that I publish. There are music theory videos, sample exam papers, tutorials on discovering music theory or grades, piano tutorials, and quizzes to test your knowledge too. Thank you for watching. Bye! As ever, the first chapter of every exam paper starts with rhythm. In the first question, we are asked to circle the correct time signatures for the given bars. Now, as ever, I recommend to look at the music from above and see what you see. I see here two groups of things. And if we look at closely, we see 4 semiquavers and 1 quaver and the equivalent of 1 quaver. So 4 semiquavers equals 1 crotchet. 1 quaver plus another quaver means another crotchet. So we have 2 crotchets in this bar. Our options are 3 quavers, 3 crotchets, or 2 crotchets, and the answer is 2 crotchets because we have 8 means, so 3 quavers, because 3 times 1/8 basically. 3 times 1/8. 3 times 1/8. This means 3 times 1/4, which is a crotchet, and this means 2 times 1/4, which is a crotchet, so 2 crotchets basically. Sorted. Now, in this second example, we have 1, 2, 3 groups of things. Now, we don't know yet where this rest belongs to, but we can see from the beginning here that this is a compound time, and we see it because in simple time we can have 2 quavers or the equivalent of, so 1 crotchet or 2 quavers, and here we have 3 because it's 1, 2 and 3. So the only occasion on which we can have 3 quavers is when the time is compound. And so we can exclude 2 halves. This is the equivalent of 2 halves, okay, 2 minims. We can exclude 4/4 because this is a simple time, 4 crotchets, and we can only circle 9/8. Now, to double check, we have 1, 2, 3 quavers, 1, 2, 3 quavers. Okay, let me write it down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we have 1 dotted crotchet, which means 2 quavers plus another quaver, the dot. So there you go, 3 quavers. In the last example, this is clearly simple time, so we can exclude this. Why do I say so? Because there are 2 quavers here. Again, how do I do it? I look at things from above. I don't really think too much because remember, guys, that everything is supposed to be sight read or played, so you need to think of the practicality of what you're seeing. Don't be thinking too much, because this is not what music is for. Written music is for an immediate and quick and practical way of presenting something that is usually up in the air, but in a written way, in a written formula. So to do that, we need to be very concise. And the best way is to be grouping things in a way that allows us to count immediately. So 4 semiquavers equals 1 crotchet, and we know this because 2 of them equals 1 quaver. And so 2 quavers equals 1 crotchet, but we don't have to think. We see 1, 2 and 3. So what do we have here? We have 3 crotchets or 3 minims, because this is the meaning of this. This means 3 times 1/2, and 1/2 is the simplified version of 2/4, which is the length of a minim. So 1/2 is a minim. So 3 minims this means. Okay, don't make it too difficult. And we don't have 3 minims, we have 3 crotchets. So the answer is 3/4. All done. You can spend ages to do the math calculation of 4 demisemiquavers, 1 quaver, and blah blah blah. That will take you like 15 minutes if you're lucky. What you need to do is to think musically, and this I will never get tired of saying so, because this is why your sight reading is not great. This is why you can't engage when you do sight reading. This is why you cannot connect your theory knowledge with practical stuff, and you need to change this if you want to understand, and if you want to improve your playing too. That's why I'm here. Anyway, exercise 2. In exercise 2, we need to add a missing bar line for each of the melodies. Now, this time we do have the time signature, of course, because to put the bar lines, we need to know what to count to. And here we have 12 quavers. 12 quavers. The quavers, this is a compound time, and they are grouped in 3. So 4 groups of 3 quavers. 1, 2, 3. Don't think too much here. You see the groups of things, and it's already a big help. When you see a dot, pair it with the value next to it. So, well, next to it, I mean in the order. So we have semibreve, minim, crotchet, quaver, semiquaver, demisemiquaver. So next to it, down, okay, in the order. So 1, 2, 3 quavers, 1, 2, 3 quavers, 1, 2, 3 quavers, 1, 2, 3 quavers. Bar line. Please look at my bar line. It is already a compromise that I'm not using a ruler. It has to be tidy. Do not write it like this, because there's no composer that did that, as far as I'm concerned. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Why am I doing this? Just to double check. If I miss something, if I got distracted, I count from the end. That always helps. This counts 5 points. So I would imagine for 5 exercises that we need 1 bar line in each piece of music. So don't get too excited. Don't put too many bar lines here. For 4th, common time, we have 1 and 2 quavers, another quaver, and another quaver, triplet, in the time of 2. 3 in the time of 2. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4, bar line. Just to double check, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do we think? No. Sorted. 2/4. 3 in the space of 2, and another 1. So 2 quavers means 1 crotchet, 1 crotchet. 1 crotchet, 1 crotchet. Grouping is key here, because it tells us the counting. It divides the notes so we can count. So 1 and 2, look at here. Now, how do we play this? It's not our problem now. When you do sight reading, you think about that, and then by playing many pieces with experience, you know that on the go, on the spot. 3 minims. We have 1 minim and we have 2 minims, because this is a triplet. 3 in the space of 2. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. The last one. 2 minims. Okay, remember 2 halves, 2 minims. 1 minim, a crotchet, and another crotchet. So 1 minim, 1 minim. Now we need to have another 2 minims here, otherwise we're wrong. 1 minim, 1 minim. That was correct. Is this clear? Am I making it clear and straightforward? This is important. It has to be more straightforward. Think less. Feel musically. think less. Or think musically. That's a good way of putting it, because we need a bit of logic and a bit of instinct. Exercise 3. Complete the sentence by adding a number. A dotted minim is equal to a number of semiquavers. Okay, a dotted minim, let's go in order, is a minim plus a crotchet. It's half, right? Now each crotchet is 4 semiquavers, which means that here we have 4 and here we have 8, because this is double. So this is 12 semiquavers. Quick. Exercise 4. We need to tick one box that shows the correct answer. Describe the time signature of half the common time. So this is equal to 2 halves, because it's the half of 4/4. So 4, 2, 4, 2. Okay, so 2 halves. It is simple, so it is not compound. Duple, because we count to 2. Simple because we have 2 subdivisions in a bar, in every count, in each count. And duple because we have 2 counts. So simple, duple. Exercise 5. In exercise 5, we need to tick one box that shows the bar correctly grouped, and the time signature is 6/8, which means 6 quavers. We need to have 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, and the half of this must be clearly indicated. So 3 quavers and 3 quavers. Here we have the 3 quavers and here we have the 3 quavers. Look, fantastic. This could be the right one. Let's have a look. Let's exclude the other 2 answers. We have 2 quavers and the other one here is between, emerges these 2, not possible. And in this case, look at here, 1, 2, 3, great, and then 1 on a side and the other 2 on the other side, not possible. So the only correct answer is the first one, because we have exactly this figure, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then if we want to be exactly the same as this example, we have a tie. Nevertheless, we have 1, 2, 3 quavers and 1, 2, 3 quavers. That's it. Exercise 6. We need to tick across the boxes to show whether the rest is correctly added or not. The time signature is in 3/8, and this means 3 quavers in a bar. So just 1, 2 and 3, or 1, 2, 3. So let's have a look. 4 demisemiquavers equals a quaver, and then we have a semiquaver here that is standing alone. And then we have a quaver here that is totally incorrect. We are missing a semiquaver. So this is missing a dot, but it would not be the way of writing it. It would be, this is the way. This is what we're missing. This misses the other semiquaver. So this is 1 quaver, this is 1 quaver, and that would be the other quaver. So we're missing a semiquaver rest. This is one of the best tricks that works at any grade. A whole bar rest is a semi-breve rest that would be written here. No counting, just a semi-breve rest, no matter the time signature. So this is incorrect. Remember this, semi-breve rest is the whole bar rest. So 1 bar of silence equals a semi-breve rest. No question. It is so easy that we always get it wrong. The last example, we have 1 quaver, 1 quaver and 1 quaver. Finally, This is correct. Well done. I hope this was useful. Let me know if not. Rests and grouping, I would say they are the most tricky things. In the exam, maybe keys and scales, but I would say rests and grouping are a bit awkward. Yeah, let me know what you think. Exercise 7. We need to tick the box that shows this given bar rewritten twice the value. The time signature is 3/4, and we need twice the value is double, so we need to go up in the value, which means instead of 3 crotchets, we would have 3 minims. Now 3 minims equals 3 halves. And all of the examples have 3 halves. Now, let's see which one is incorrect. No, actually, without checking first, I'm going to realize it. I'm going to do it myself. So each value now needs to be doubled. So this becomes a crotchet, this becomes a quaver, because this is a semiquaver. 3 quavers as a triplet becomes 3 crotchets as a triplet. And 2 demi-semiquavers become 2 quavers, 2 semiquavers, and a dotted quaver becomes a dotted crotchet. There you go. Where do we have exactly this? And I would say that we have it here. This is very similar, but this is missing the dot. Here we have the triplets as quavers, the same, so that is incorrect. This is incorrect, basically. This is incorrect, it's missing the dot, and this is the only correct version. It's exactly what I did up here. Did you do the same? How was your answer? I hope it was the same. Section 2. As ever, section 2 relates to pitch. And in the first question, we need to tick the box that shows the correct name for each note. We need to read in treble and bass clef. This is middle C. It's here. Now, we count from middle C. Do, Si, La, flat. We shall not forget this. This is very important because the sound changes. So it is very important. Is the equivalent of, so if you call A flat A, it's the equivalent of calling Jeff James. They are 2 different people, right? It can be. So, Jeff is Jeff and James is James. A is A flat is A flat. Don't forget that. A flat. In bass clef, there are 2 ways of reading. You can count from F, because this is the F line. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you must watch the videos relating to clefs and the musical clefs and notes in all the clefs. They really help you understand the principle of clefs and how to read confidently in all the clefs that exist in music. How many are they? 2? No. 3? No. 4? No. 7. So, go and watch my videos, linked in the description below or on the card up here. The other way of reading these notes in bass clef is by reading them in treble clef and adding 2. So, this is Re in treble clef, D plus 2, F. Re, Mi, Fa, F. Sorted. Another note with lots of ledger lines. This is middle C. So Do, Si, La, Sol, flat. G flat. You need to know the order of notes up and down, guys. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, si, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Call them ABC, whatever you like, but you need to know them downwards. And what I've noticed with the students that name the notes in ABC, they don't know it backwards, and that's your problem, I'm afraid. The notes, the names of the notes is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si. Now, if you want to call them ABC, do it, but then you need to know them backwards and very fluently. And I find that people are very confused. Please don't say that you are confused with do, re, mi. I receive many messages about this. You must know the notes do, re, mi as well as ABC, both of them. I find that the students that know the names of the notes do, re, mi are not confused when they hear them as ABC. The other way around, they are, because they are very confused. Do know the notes do, re, mi. Do equals si, and do your calculations. You need to know the scales as this fast. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, si, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. You need to know that. It helps a lot, also with the scales. This is my opinion. Do whatever you like. I'm telling you the solution of all your problems and all your confusion. Bass clef, this is fa, okay, but we also know that this note here, the lady with a hat, is middle C. So we count from middle C. Do, re, mi, I. Perfect. Now, you can count from here, you can count from here, but if you rely on a few notes somewhere on the stave, you're more likely to read quickly, okay? Because one thing is to count from down here, one thing is to count from up here, one thing is to count from middle C. You see that you have just 2 steps. The more you count, the more likely you are of making mistakes and missing something out. So try not to, okay? We're trying to avoid mistakes as much as possible. This note up here, okay, you can count from middle C if you want. I would say that this note here is sol, so I count from this. Sol, la on the line, legend line, si. B. Now this B is flat because we have it flat in the key signature, so B flat. That was a trick. Lastly, again, middle C is here and it's just one above. So D, is it sharp? No, because this is fa sharp. So D, that's another trick. And that is all done. Good, let's turn the page together. In this second question, we need to compare these bars, 3 bars, and then answer the questions by circling true or false, depending on if the statement is correct or not. Okay, first of all, if the pitch you want to know, middle C, are you above or below? If you don't know what I'm talking about, again, watch the videos relating to the musical clefs. Middle C is this, in bass clef. In the treble clef, middle C is down here. So this is more than 1 octave above this. So these are 1 octave apart. And in the last example, middle C is up here. So this is below. So I think in order we have this low, this just above middle C, and this much above middle C. So none of them are on the same register and none of them are the same pitch. So this is false. A and B are the same pitch, none of them. B is 1 octave higher than C. Now this one is below middle C, so this is also more than 1 octave above middle C, so it is also false. This note here is down here, so we have 1 and 2 octaves. They say 1 octave, so false. C is 1 octave lower than A. Now, I think this is correct because this is it's a few notes below middle C, and this is a few notes above middle C. So this note here is up here, more or less. So they are 1 octave apart. True. Sorted. Next question. We need to take the correct clef that would give these notes the name they are given. If we call this A flat, what clef would that be written on the stave? Now we know the middle C is here in treble clef, so let's count. Do, Si, La, Sol, Fa flat. Now F flat, this is in treble clef because this is middle C in treble clef, so the answer is the bass clef. And by the way, F flat plus 2 equals A flat. So yeah, bass clef. This is La, but we also know that in bass clef this note is middle C in bass clef, so this must be treble clef, and it is the treble clef because this is Sol, and then if you count down this is G. This is Re sharp, and it is in treble clef because this middle C is in treble clef, so 1 note above, treble clef. Now we said before that this is bass clef, middle C in bass clef, so we count, and let's see if by counting we find F or D. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, A. And this is not F, it's actually 2 below, which means that we are in treble clef. Okay, so this is La, Si, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, F in treble clef. Perfect. Sorted. Are you happy? I hope so. Exercise 4. We need to tick one box that shows this bar correctly rewritten 1 octave lower. Now again, to answer this question, we need to say and repeat this memorime. If the pitch you want to know, middle C, are you above or below? Middle C is down here, so this is La, nearly an octave higher than Do. This La in bass clef is just below middle C, so the difference between them, that this is above and this is below, so this is an octave lower already. This is middle C, and is also written an octave lower. And this is La, but middle C is up here. So it's more than an octave. So we can exclude this one. Now these two are in fact both written an octave lower, so there must be another mistake. Let's check the notes. Mi, Do, okay, Mi, Do, Si, So sharp and La sharp. Ah, this is the mistake here. And this is also another mistake. So these two notes are wrong. They don't coincide. So the only right answer is the first example. There was a trick in here. So not just the beginning, but also the rest of the bar. Now, which of these bars is the equivalent of this bar here, rewritten an octave higher? Again, same memorime. If the pitch you want to know, middle C, are you above or below? This is middle C. This is middle C. This is middle C. And this is middle C. So, an octave higher than this is the Mi just above middle C. This is too far, this is correct, and this is also correct. So, we can exclude this one, and now let's check the notes. Mi, Si, okay, and then Sol, Mi, and look at here, F. This is one above F, so this is incorrect. And this is also incorrect. So the only possible answer to this question is the third example, because some notes are wrong. So we will need to check all of them. Perfect. Let's move on to keys and scales. Okay, in the first two questions of this third section, we need to tick the box that shows the correct key signature of E flat major and F sharp minor. E flat major, and to answer this question you need to watch the videos 2A to B to C, etc., linked in the description below or on the card up here, where you will know all that you need to know about key signatures, keys and scales. E flat major, in the key signature we have the order of flats is Si, Mi, La, penultimate flat. So we have 3 flats. We don't have sharps, we don't have 4 flats. One of these two is wrong. We need to find exactly these notes: B, E, A, Si, Mi, La. Big elephant 8. Again, watch the videos, otherwise you don't understand what I'm saying. Si, Mi, La. Si, Mi, La. Oops, they are the same notes. So which ones are right? These ones. Because the shape is this, of the key signatures with flats is this. Not this, not reversed. So this is the final answer. Next one, F sharp minor, plus 3 semitones, we find the major key, A major. Now A major minus 1 semitone is G sharp, and this is the last sharp in our key signature. So in order, Fa, Do, Sol. We have 3 sharps. We don't have flats, and the sharps are Fa, Do and Sol, F, C and G. Fa, Do, Sol, they are here. Fa, Do, Sol, they are here. This is not Fa, this is La. So goodbye. Now, which shape is correct? The key signature with sharps have this shape, 3 curves, of which the second one is longer. Where do we have this? Not here definitely, but here, look, this is the start of this. So this is the right answer. And I hope that this has helped. Let me know if not. Meanwhile, let's move on to question 3. In question 3, we need to cross 3 boxes in which the accidentals are incorrectly added or not needed. We are in the key of B minor. Now, B minor is the relative minor of D major, 3 semitones above, 3 steps, chromatic steps above. And D major has 2 sharps, Fa and Do. Now let's have a look. They are in here, okay? Do we need a flat and natural here on D? Not really. What for? So this is pleonastic, not needed. Sol and La. Okay, so this is interesting. This is an ascending scale, and so these two must be raised, the 6 and 7 degrees, because this is a melodic scale up. It's a melody, right? So we need to use the melodic scale. So these two are correctly added, and these ones are also correctly added because we go down, and the melodic scale downwards does not have the sharps. Then we have this Fa sharp. Do we need this? No, it's in the key signature, so this is not correct. And then B, natural. Do we need it? No, we are in B minor. We don't need to state that again. So this is also incorrect. The trick was here, and we need to remember, guys, that so the melodic scales that no one wants to ever learn are for melodies, and the harmonic scales are for harmony, so chords. So when we use a melody, if we go up, we need to use the notes from the melodic scales. If we are using chords, we use the harmonic scale notes. That is something that is quite a bit awkward to remember, a bit strange to remember. But yeah, you would just need to remember that. If this is too difficult for you to remember, you can always write down the notes of the scale, and that helps. Or you can think about playing in your own instrument. If you play the piano, that's much easier, I believe, because you have a keyboard, so you can do it with a keyboard. I hope this helps. Let's move on to the next one. In this fourth question, we need to circle the key of each piece. And I have the perfect technique for this. Follow me, please. And if you want, you can go on TikTok as well and find me there. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, do subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, and I thank you so much for that. I know that these videos are helpful for a lot of people, and I thank you for sharing it around. I'm very grateful. Get in touch. I love it. I love when you guys send me messages about your life, your musical life, what you do, what you want to do with music, what you aim to. Please do keep sending me messages, because I really like knowing something about you. Now we need to circle. Now, first of all, the order of flats and sharps. Flat sharps, fun, colouring, gigantic drawings after eating breakfast. Go and watch the videos 2A, 2B, 2C and 2D. Fa, do, so, re, la, mi, si. These flats are the sharps in reverse. Si, mi, la, re, sol, do, fa. Big elephants, 8 dinosaurs, goat, cheese and figs. And you can write your own sentence. Please do send me your sentences, and I will make a video about it. Okay, so now let's have a look. We have sharps. We have G sharp, we have Fa sharp, we did it already. We have D sharp and Do sharp. 4 sharps. D is the last one, +1 semitone, E major. So we are in E major. A major would have the last sharp G, so 3 sharps. E minor is the relative minor of G major with just 1 sharp. And B minor is the relative minor of D major, 2 sharps. So because we have 4, the only possible answer is E major. In the next one we have sharps again, so let me rub this out. Do sharp, So sharp and Do sharp. Okay, this is fun. We're missing Fa sharp, and it is impossible that we have these two without this. So the only reason why we don't have it is because there's no Fa in this piece. So we must consider that in the key signature. Now our last sharp is G +1 semitone, A. So we are in A major, and here it is. Again, D major would have 2 sharps, E major would have 4 sharps as before. C sharp minor is the relative minor of E major, so 4 sharps. That's it. I'll give you a moment to think. I'm saying a lot. Last one. We have sharps and flats. Well, 1 sharp, 1 flat. When we have this combination, it means that we have flats in the key signature and 1 note has been raised because it's the leading note. And the leading note is 1 semitone below the tonic. So this is Do sharp, the tonic is D. We are in D minor here. And D minor is the relative minor of F major, and we have 1 flat in the key signature.
So it's in D minor. Now, please look at this. This is an ascending scale, and we are using, and this is the melodic scale. In the version below, so B flat, B natural, and C sharp is because they have been raised. This was flat and becomes natural. This was natural and becomes sharp. In the descending version, we have the natural scale, so it's just one flat. Okay, this is quite important. Now, guys, I'm not blaming you, but you always choose the harmonic scales, and then when you go to the theory, you don't know what a melodic scale is and how it does sound and why they exist. And this is why I'm asking you, please, at least know the melodic scales. Don't prepare them for the exam if you don't want to, but do play them occasionally, because there you go. They do mean something. They are useful for something, and it's good if you know it. That is just my suggestion. Let's turn the page. In this fifth question, we need to cross two boxes in which the notes are incorrect, and we're supposed to write an E flat major descending scale. So, first the key signature. Si, mi, la. Mi plus 1. This is the penultimate flat in the key signature. So we have 3 flats. E, incorrect. It should be flat. We are in the scale of E flat major, so this must be flat. Already incorrect. Re flat. No, D is not flat. So this is also incorrect. The exercise is finished. However, I'm checking. Do, okay, no flat. B, yes, flat. A, yes, flat. Sol, fa, mi, flat. All correct. Ah, easy. Nice and quick. Are you ready to move on? Let's do it. Exercise 6. In this exercise, we need to tick one box for the 2 missing notes. We are supposed to complete the scale of C sharp harmonic. Now, C sharp minor is the relative minor of E major, 3 semitones above. So E major equals, that's the key signature, Fa, Do, Sol, Re. Fun coloring gigantic drawings. 4 sharps, because E minus 1 semitone is D, and this is the final sharp in the key signature. So let's see. Do, okay, Re, Mi, Fa, we need an F here. Sharp, yes, so Fa sharp. Sol, La, Si, we need a C, B. Is it sharp? No. However, this is harmonic. And so the 7th degree is raised. So from B, we need to go a semitone higher, sharp. There you go, hear the trick. This will be the augmented second that we need, and this will be the semitone that we need between the leading note and the tonic. Is it all clear? I hope so. Let me know. If you're watching this video, I'm sure that you know that all the chapters of this book have been published, and also there are other grades online, grade 4, grade 5, past exam papers, piano tutorials, music theory pills, Italian terms, quizzes, and much more. Visit my website theoryvirtuoso.com to know more about all of this, and I hope that this is useful. In this final question, we need to tick one box that shows where the correct scales, indicated scales, have been written. G harmonic minor. G minor is the relative minor of B flat, And B flat, the key signature in B flat is with 2 flats, Si and Mi. Now, this is harmonic, so we must have the 7th degree raised, and all of them are raised. Now, I think we need to see where we start from. This is Sol in treble clef. So this is B in bass clef, because Sol plus 2, right? So this is incorrect. This is Sol and this is Sol. So what is the difference between these two? Here it's missing, E flat is missing. So the only right answer is this. Perfect. We have 2 flats and the raised leading note. Are you happy with this? Second example. F melodic minor. F minor is the relative minor of A flat major, 3 semitones above, 3 steps on the keyboard. And A flat has flats and is the penultimate flat. So Si, Mi, La, plus another one, Re. Big elephants, 8 dinosaurs. Let's have a look. Fa, Mi, I. Not flat. This is incorrect. This is also incorrect. Look. So the only correct answer must be this, but let's check the notes. Fa, okay. Mi, flat. Re, flat. Yes. Do, B flat. Yes. A flat. Here it is. Sol and Fa. Perfect. This is the right clef. Perfect. The last example of this exercise is on the other page. Let's turn it together. E major. Oh, finally we have a major scale. E major has sharps, and then E minus 1 semitone is D. D is our last sharp in the key signature. Fun, coloring, gigantic drawings, D. All of these notes, starting notes, are E, so they could be all correct, but there are some differences between the scales. So let's have a look. Mi, Re, D should be sharp, so no. Mi, Re, this is sharp, Do sharp, so Mi, Re, Do, Si, La, So sharp, Fa sharp, and Mi. I think this is the correct one. Here we're missing Do sharp and So sharp. So the correct answer is this. Mi, Re sharp, Do sharp, Si, La, So sharp, Fa sharp, Mi. All done. If you're ready, let's go on to section 4 relating to intervals. In the first exercise, we need to write the note that would form the given intervals, and the note should be higher. Now let's check this, because sometimes I fell into the trap again. It's so easy to do it because you just think of the intervals can be reversed. So it's not completely wrong if you do it in reverse, you see. However, the answer would be wrong, even though the interval would not. Okay, a perfect octave from E flat, this is what it is another E flat. That's the best. So you just need to be sure that you write E. This is F, okay, and this is E flat in bass clef. A major second, I think that I need to do like a keyboard here. Yeah, I think so. A major second from E flat is 1 tone apart, 1 and 2 semitones, F. There you go. A major third is 2 tones apart, so from E flat to 1 and 2. Sol. Okay, so 1 and 2. Sol. A perfect fifth is 3 tones and a half from E flat. So let's count. 1, 2, 3 and a half. Okay, so again, 1, 2, 3 and a half. What is this note? B flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B flat. There is a video on TikTok about this, so well, something similar. Go and watch it if you want. Search Theory Virtuoso 1. That's me on TikTok. A major 6 from Mi flat is, I don't know. Of course I know. I go in reverse. Let's transform it into a third. So we flip it over. Okay, so we can find the notes if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is a Do. Okay. Now, if we put this in reverse, so down here, a major 6 flipped over should be a minor third. Now, is Do Mi flat a minor third? 1 tone and a half? Let's have a look. 1 and a half. Yes. So the answer is Do. No flats, no sharps, no naturals, nothing. It's just Do. Because this is a minor third. If we flip it over, it's a major 6th. This is something that I found myself. I discovered by myself. So you won't find it in any book. And if you want to know more about it, just watch other videos about this. You can watch the chapter in grade 3 relating to intervals, or you can also watch the chapters about intervals in grade 4 or grade 5. Better not to grade 5 because there are some awkward elements there. They are a bit more advanced, but in grade 4 you can. So just watch them through, and then you will see that this technique is really helpful also for 7th. And here it is, the 7th. This is in bass clef, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the note, and it's a D. Now, if we flip it over, we find this note here, D, Mi flat. To find a major 7th, we need to flip over the interval and find a minor 2nd. Now a minor 2nd, let's see, Re, Mi flat is a semitone apart, and they are a semitone. So this is a minor 2nd, which flipped over becomes a major 7th. There you go. Perfect. I don't think I needed to do this today because this is more straightforward. They are also the notes that belong to the scale. Some people learn it that way, but I think that if you go on with theory in grade 4 and 5, this thing becomes more complicated. So you will get stuck at some point if you use the scale system. It works very well at the beginning, but not very much if you go to diminished and augmented intervals. So I wouldn't recommend to stick to that technique too much. Question 2. We need to circle the type of interval. To circle that, I'm afraid we have to calculate the whole thing. So let's have a look. B, La sharp. Now let's flip it. This is a 7th, okay? So the 7th could be major or minor, augmented, diminished. We flip it over and we find that this, oh, I need my keyboard. I'll put it here. La sharp, B, is a semitone, so it's a minor 2nd, which means they're flipped over. This is a major 7th, so major. So a minor 2nd flipped over becomes a major 7th. Let's go on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 6th. Do sharp and La. Let's flip it over. La, Do sharp. What kind of third is it? 1 and 2. That is a major third, which means that if we flip it over, it becomes a minor 6th. Okay, La, Do sharp, 1, 2, 2 tones. In bass clef, these notes are Mi and Sol, Mi and Sol. It's a third, and what type of third? 1.5. So it's not 2 tones, but it's 1.5, which means that it's not major, but minor. Lastly, we have Fa and B flat. This is a 4th, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, the perfect 4th is 2 tones and a half. Let's see if this is perfect or augmented or diminished. 1, 2.5. Let's do that again. 1, 2.5. Perfect. This is a perfect 4th. Sorted. Are you happy? Let's turn the page. The 5th section of any exam paper relates to chords. In the first question, we need to circle true or false for each of the statements. This is the tonic triad of A flat major. Now, the tonic triad is made of A flat plus Do plus E flat. So, do we have these ones? We have an A flat, so this is middle C, right? So this is A flat, okay, Do, okay, and where is Mi flat? Oopsie, has been forgotten. There is A flat that is, it's gone astray. So this is false. It's not the tonic triad of A flat major. Second example. Is this the tonic triad of D minor? What note is this, first of all? Is that D? No, because we are in bass clef. This is D plus 2. That's F. This is an F major chord. So again, this is false. There is a trick because of the clef here. So first of all, we need to read the notes, guys. Read the notes. Read the notes. First of all. Anyway, the tonic triad of D minor will be Re, Fa, La, Fa natural. If you put the sharp, it's major, D major. Okay, all clear? Let's go on. If you're enjoying this video, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. I know that most of you find these videos helpful and I'm very grateful to you for that. Keep supporting me. You can also buy special thanks. You can also leave a donation if you want, and that helps me keep going. Thank you very much. We need to add one missing note to complete the triad with the tonic, okay, as the lowest note. So G minor, this note, to be in G minor, this note should be G, and then this is G because this is a G clef. Okay, so this is Sol. We need a note here in the middle. Now, this is major. To make it minor, we need to lower this middle note. And we make it minor. Next one. B flat major. Is this B flat? Yes. And then we have Re, and then we have Fa. Flat? No, because B major has 2 flats. B major and B flat and E flat, and then there's no E here, so all fine. A minor, is this A? Yes, because this is Fa plus 2, so A, and we need a note in the middle. La, Do, Mi. Any sharps or flats? No, because if we put a sharp here, there will be A major, but without is minor. Cool. All great. Perfect. Are you happy to move on? Exercise 3. In this question, we need to circle the key of each tonic triad. Bass clef, this is middle C in treble clef. So this is Do, Si, La, plus 2 is Do. So this is C, E flat, and G. First, the name of the notes. Do, Mi flat, Sol, that's C minor. Okay, because there is the flat. Without the flat will be C major, with the flat is C minor. So first of all, the names of the notes. This is middle C in treble clef, plus 2, E. So Mi, So sharp, and C. This is E major, because of G sharp. So E major. Without the sharp, it would be minor, but with the sharp is major. Okay, let's go on. We have Do sharp here, we have La, and then we have Fa sharp. Okay, Fa sharp is at the bottom, so is this a minor third or a major third? It's minor. It's Fa sharp, La, Do sharp is a F sharp minor chord. It can be major because the major chord would have a sharp here. And this is because in the key signature of F sharp major there are lots of sharps. Nearly every sharp. Middle C, La flat and Mi flat. And this is A flat major. Because this is a major third. Plus 2, this is Mi plus 2, Sol, then Mi, and then Do, C major. Lovely. Do, Mi, Sol, C major. Perfect. That's all done. Very quick. Are you happy? Let's move on to the other section relating to terms and signs. Terms and signs. We need to tick the box that shows the correct translation for each term. All of them are Italian apart from this that has no language. It's the music, language, and that's it. Giocoso means playful. Giocare means play, to play, have fun, play with friends, not play music. So it's playful. There you go. Animato is animated. Try to remember the terms. I always say, like, when you encounter them in a piece that you play, don't just rely on what your teacher says. Try to remember how you play it. Give it a sense, a meaning. So if it's majestic, how do you play it? If it's animated, what does that mean? It means that you need to hurry up. Okay, you need to liven it up. If it's playful, make it playful. Like when you are excited and you see your friends and you want to blah, 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 you want to have fun with them. It's very joyful as well. So try to find the way of interpreting them with your own playing when you make music. That will help you remember them. In addition to this, you can always say, like, the words there are very similar. So animated, animato. So easier than we think. Con forza means with force. Brilliant. Forza, force. This is not a slur. It is a tie, which means hold the value for both notes. And this is because the tie links two notes of the same name and the same pitch, the same sound. And we need to hold the note. We don't repeat it, so it's not ta ta, but it's ta. Okay? Grave means grave. So which one is grave? Very slow, solemn. But it also has grave. It has a meaning of a grave thing that happened. It's a bit sad or important or majestic. Okay? So it's not just slow. It's not very slow. It's also solemn, but also grave. Okay? So grave, grave is the same. I would just say grave, to be honest, as the best translation. Yeah. I don't know why they say very slow, solemn. Grave. Very slow, grave. I'm going to write it here. Okay. Happy? Let's turn the page. In this section, we need to answer the questions based on the piece of music that is shown at the beginning of the page, on the top of the page. In the first exercise, we need to compare bar 1 with these bars and take the only right statement that we have. So, which one is the exact copy? Okay. We have maestoso, so the time. So the tempo, indication. Then we have the dynamic. Then we have the key signature, 4 sharps. And then we have the time signature, which is 2 halves. And this is incorrect. It doesn't have the strike through. So, incorrect. Let's carry on. Let's see who wins. This is correct. This is also the same. This is also the same with the tenuto sign. And then we have the dot, and then the 2 semiquavers. And the only difference is this one has a staccato dot and this one hasn't. And the original has a staccato dot. So this is the exact copy. So the right answer is this. A is an exact copy of bar 1. Perfect. Are you happy? Second question. All the notes in this melody belong to the key of C minor. No, because there is a E sharp at some point, and it doesn't belong to E. C sharp minor actually belongs to C sharp major or F sharp minor in this case, but it's false anyway. That note is an extra note. There is a B sharp at some point, and that belongs to C sharp minor because it's the leading note. And so yes. An interesting question. The last question of this paper. We need to complete the sentences by ticking one box. The lowest note of the melody is C sharp. Here's the trick. Because we could say C, but the sharp is in the key signature. It's in C sharp minor, right? So C sharp. There is an interval of a major third between 2 notes next to each other in bar 5, I would say, between La and Do sharp. These 2. The 7th degree of the scale of C sharp minor occurs in bar 7, as I said before, because it's the leading note and it's B sharp, C sharp. So bar 7. And with this, we have completed the practice exam paper. I hope this is useful. Don't miss all the other videos. Stay in touch and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
I hope this video was helpful, and remember to like it and share it with your friends. If it was useful for you, it will be useful for other people too. Now, if you're looking for other chapters of Discovering Music Theory Grade 3, you only need to click there and find the chapter you're looking for. Thank you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!